Oh, whoa! I wasn't just watching pictures of cats by myself again. That's not what I'm doing. All right, you're silly. All right, lesson 2.2, linear pairs and vertical angles. That's what we're learning about. The objective is for you, the student, to be able to identify linear pairs and vertical angles. So you look at some stuff. Is it a linear pair? Is it a vertical angle? You tell me. Let's start with linear pairs. Linear pairs are two angles, all right, because they're a pair, that form, and that should be an M, a straight, all right, line. All right, they form a straight line. And let's look at this word right here, linear pair. Main word there is line, so just think line pair, okay? So look at angle 1 and over 2 over here, right? Angle 1 and 2 are a linear pair, all right? And what makes them a linear pair? Well, they make this straight line. If I put this angle together with this angle, you see this straight line that they form? Right there. Oh, that's ugly. Anyway, they form a straight line, all right? So they are a linear pair. Now here's a fun fact about linear pairs. As you know, lines are 180 degrees. We learned about that. So these two angles, if you add them together, are always going to be supplementary. And going back to the last lesson, you should know supplementary angles are angles that add up to 180. And that makes sense. If I add up this angle and this angle, they form a line, and so they add up to 180 degrees. All right, so let's just look at these. Let's see if we can identify linear pairs. Our goal here is to determine if the angle pairs below are linear pairs. Let's look at 1 and 2. Do angle 1, which is over here, and angle 2, which is over here, form a straight line? They sure do. Look at that. Boom. That's a straight line if I ever saw one. So yes, these do. Let's put a little yes over here. And let's make that go away. Angles 1 and 3. That would be this angle over here and this angle over here. Does that make a straight line? No. That's annoying. They're not even next to each other to make a straight line. That doesn't make a straight line. All right. And finally, angle 1 and 4. And let's use a highlighter on this one. Angles 1, all right, that's this angle right here. All right, angle 1. Oh, don't like that. Angle 1 and angle 4. That's angle 4 is like right here. Now, does this form a straight line? Sure does. Look at this. That's our straight line on the side over here. So this would be a linear pair. All right, and hopefully you could see the straight line that they form, 1 and 4. All right, our next goal is to find the measure of angle 1. That's this angle over here. All right. Well, since I know that these two lines right here, right here, these two are a linear pair because it makes a straight line, I know that 120 degrees plus angle 1 are going to add up to 180 degrees because linear pairs are supplementary. Now to find out what angle 1 is, all I have to do is subtract 120 from 180, all right? And you get angle 1, because that cancels out, is equal to 60 degrees. Now once again, the shortcut here is just to do 180 minus 120, which equals 60 degrees. And let's put that in over here. Yeah, look at that. 120 plus 160 is 180, and that makes sense because this is a straight line. Now, let's just erase this for 1 second over. All right, so we got that first one. And our second question, this is 60 degrees. Now, our second question, what's the measure of angle 2? Now, once again, if you look at this angle. This angle and this angle, they form a straight line again. Look at this. Right here is a straight line, right? And you got this kind of going in the middle of it. Oh, that's ugly. So we know angle 2 plus 120 degrees, doesn't matter what order you put that in, equals 180 degrees. A line, linear pairs are supplementary. Once again, I subtract 120 from both sides, 120, and I get, well, this cancels, angle 2 is equal to 60 degrees. And, hold on, copy that down, it's about to go away. So what we found out was angle 1 is 60 degrees. Oh, Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Yes. This is 60 degrees, angle 1, and angle 2 is 60 degrees. Now, I want to say something. Angle 1 and 2 are vertical pairs, all right? So yes, they are the same, but you're going to find out more about that right now. Well, check it out. Vertical angles are opposite each other, okay? These are angles that are opposite each other when two lines intersect, all right? These are two angles that are going to be opposite each other when two lines intersect. So let's take a look here. Well, check it. We have these two lines. We have this line over here and this line over here. They intersect. And the angles that are going to be opposite each other are, let's say, 1 and 3, right? These are opposite each other on opposite sides. So 1 and 3. And we also have 2 and 4. These are also opposite each other. So what you could say here, quite simply, is 1 and 3 are vertical angles because these angles are opposite each other, and 2 and 4 are vertical angles because they are also opposite each other. Here's another fun fact for you. Vertical angles are always congruent. And what's congruent mean? It means same size or shape, or they have the same measure. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because they're vertical angles, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 4 because they're vertical angles. And if you even look at 1 and 3, don't they look like they are the same measure? And if you look at 2 and 4, don't they even look like they have the same angle measure? They do look about the same. So let's take a look at these. We've got to determine if these are vertical angles or linear pairs. Well, first let's look at 1 and 2. Angle 1 and 2 over here. That's this angle. Oh, why are you doing that? Angle here and angle here, right? Now if you look at these two angles form a straight line that go across. Angle 1 and 2 are a straight line. So we would say this is a linear pair. All right. Let's get rid of this marking now. Now 1 and 3, if you look, these two are opposite each other. These two angles are opposite each other. 1 over here and 3 over here. All right. And since they're opposite each other, we would say that these are vertical angles. All right. And finally, you have 2 and 4. 2 and 4 are over here. 2 and 4. And once again, these are also opposite each other. So we would say that these are vertical angles. All right, vertical angles. All right, now we got some challenges here. We want to find the measure of EBC. EBC is this angle right over here. EBC. Now, if we look, EBC is opposite ABD. So I can write a little congruent statement because these are vertical angles. I would say angle ABD is congruent to angle EBC. Why? Because they're vertical angles. ABD is right here. ABD is opposite EBC. So now I know they're congruent. Well, that's easy now. The easy thing to do would just say, let's put 70 degrees. Oh, let's put 70 right here, right? We know this is going to be 70 degrees. Boom. Another way to do it is to say that angle ABD, oh, sorry, that's actually not the way to do it. We substitute in 70 degrees for ABD, so ABD is 70 degrees, and that means angle EBC is going to be equal to it. But the easy thing to do, just fill it in. 70 degrees, 70 degrees. They're opposite each other, they're the same. The same thing can be said for ABE, which is this angle right over here. ABE, which is opposite DBC. So since vertical angles are congruent, I could say that this is 110 degrees, right? Opposite angles, these vertical angles are always congruent. If we were to write that out, we would say angle ABE is congruent to angle DBC. And so that ABE is, oh sorry, since DBC is 110 degrees, we know angle ABE is 110 degrees. Beautiful. Finally, let's do a little problem solving with all this new information. First, we're going to state the name of this angle pair that we see right here. Well, if you look at this, yeah, we get a triangle and all this stuff, but all we're going to look at is really the angles. We have this angle right here, angle 1, and this angle that measures 114. And if you look at them together, what are they forming right there? Yeah, they form a straight line right at the base here. And, you know, I don't like the way that looks, so let's just do it. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. If you look, angle 1 and this angle, they form a straight line. That's a linear pair. So we would just say that. These are a linear pair. Now if I want to find what this angle is right here, well, linear pairs are supplementary, so I know they add up to 180. So all I would do is 180 minus 114, and that gives me 66 degrees. So this is 66 degrees. And does that make sense? 66 plus 114 over here? Well, yeah, that equals 180, and since it's a line, that does make sense. Second one, state the name of this angle pair. Well, once again, we got all this craziness around it, but really, let's look at this angle. Angle 2 is right here, right? And we got this. And if you look, this is two lines that intersect, and these are opposite each other. So these are vertical angles. And this is easy because we know they're congruent, so angle 2 is just going to be also 54 degrees. So 54 degrees. Angle 2. Alright, let's solve some real problems now. We want to find the value of x. Here's the steps that you got to follow to do this. First thing you should do is look at this and say, what kind of angle pair is this? And this is clearly a linear pair because there's a straight line there. Alright? These two are a linear pair. Now the relationship between these two is, well, if you forgot, look it up, but they are supplementary. And let's put a little 180 degrees just in case we forgot what supplementary means. That means 180 degrees. Now we got to set up our equation. Well, if they're supplementary, we know the two angles, 3x plus 63 degrees, are going to add up to 180 degrees. Well, all we got to do now is do a little solving. So I'm going to subtract draw my line. All right, I got my variables number, and I got my number side, and I got to move my numbers over now. So I'm going to subtract 63 from both sides. Boom, that goes away, and I get 3x is equal to 117. All right. Now, what we're going to do is divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3. Boom, that goes away. And sure enough, now follow me over here, x is equal to 117 divided by 3 is 39. All right, we did it. Now, if I wanted to know what AEB was, I could just plug that in. 3 times 39. All right, and that's 90. Oh, yeah, sorry, that's 117. But anyway, we were looking for x. That's our answer. We did it. Second problem. Let's try this again. We want to find out the value of x and AEC. To do this, though, we just got to start with x. So once again, let's follow the steps. We're going to state the name of this angle pair. Well, these are vertical angles because these two are opposite each other. So we're going to write that these are vertical angles. The next part is to state the relationship. Now, vertical angles are congruent. All right, these two angles are congruent. So what we're going to do is now set up our equation based on that. When two things are congruent, they're equal. So I would say 4x plus 36 is equal to 2x plus 52, right? All right, now this is our first time we're going to see a three-step equation in this class. So let me give you a little guidance on this. Follow me through this. First thing we're going to do, oh, that's cool. First thing we're going to do is draw a line down the middle. Do what we always do. And now we're going to decide which side we're going to put variables on and which side we're going to put numbers. And the way we always do this is you look at the two variables. You got 4x, you got 2x, and you figure out which one is bigger. All right? And if you look, it's pretty clear that the 4 is bigger than the 2. So the variables are going to go on this side because we got 4 over here. And the numbers are going to go on this side. So let's start with moving over the variables. Since this is the variable side, we have to move our variables over to the variable side. So we need the opposite operation, and since this is positive 2x, we're going to take away 2x from both sides to move this over. And the 2x's go away. 4x minus 2x is 2x, plus 36 is equal to 52. Now, we got this number over here on the variable side. So that's got to move over. So we're going to subtract, we're going to use the opposite operation to move it over. And that goes away. So we get 2x is equal to, well, let's see, that's, 16. Finally, we divide by 2 to get our last number over, and we get x equals 8. Sweet. Now, the second part of this question, and you can't forget this part, is to find angle AEC. So we got to plug in. So we know angle AEC is equal to 4x plus 36. We found out that x is equal to 8, so we're just going to plug that in. We get 32 plus 36 is equal to 68 degrees. And that is how it is done. 68 degrees. Now, you might be done with this lesson. You can go do your thing, leave. But let's just check to see if we got this right. These two angles, if we were right, should be the same thing. So if I plug in 8, I should also get 68 for BED. So let's try it. So we know BED is equal to 2x plus 52. Angle BED, ED is equal to 2 times 8. We're plugging in 8 for x plus 52. That's 16 plus 52. And once again, that's 68. So, angle BED, okay, anyway, you get it. It's 68 degrees. So, point is, we did it again. We got through it. Remember, guys, when you go home, instead of reaching for those Doritos, reach for an orange because it has vitamin C, and my mama always tells me it made me strong. All right, bye.